Well, it is almost Christmas. It's excitingly close. And I got a decoration for the tree, which is really cool. Unfortunately, this isn't the BlitzCityDiy decoration, but it is one that I found online and I'd hoped would arrive in time. And it did arrive in time, thankfully. I haven't opened it yet, but from the feel of it, I think I know what it is. So it's a little soldering project. It's not like the, where is it? Can I even reach? It's not this, obviously. I mean, this was a little bit whiskey fueled, wasn't it? Like if I'd taken my time, maybe it would have looked nice, but no. We've got this instead. Look at it. So it's a little Santa guy. Should we come in a bit closer so you can see? There we go. So it's this little Santa. I'm assuming it's a Christmas decoration. Actually, it's got a hole up there, so maybe it's meant to hang. Does it include string? I'm sure I can source a bit of wire or something. So let's get this thingy out. So I think this was just a couple of pounds. It wasn't a lot of money. And there's not a lot here, is there? There's an 8-pin chip. We'll have a look at what that is in a second. So there's our Santa. Isn't he cool? Like, that's a really clever use of the silkscreen stuff. I was going to say solder mask and I had to change my mind. Not quality solder mask though. You can see some lines in it where it's been painted on. So our 8-pin chip goes there. Or on the back, which way? So that would be, what kind of microcontroller is it? Or is it a 555? Ooh, it's an STC chip, so it's definitely a microcontroller. I wonder how far we can go. And yeah, you should be able to see that. And I don't know if you can hear it, but there's like a wood pigeon outside cooing away. So it says STC15F104W, or the numbers underneath, but they're a bit more difficult to read. 351018, oh no, DIP 8. Don't know. Either way, that's what we've got. We've got one of these battery connectors here, which we'll just plug through like that. Is it for two? It might be for 2 cells actually. It is 2 CR2032s. Look, you can see how much space there's going to be under there. So it's going to be for 2. We've got a couple of switches. I wonder what those are going to do. These look like RGB LEDs. You see they've got 4 legs. So they've got, would it be like common cathode or something? And then we have an S9012. Oh, I don't know that naming convention, but I'm going to guess that's a transistor. A little buzzer, which is interesting, and some resistors that are unmarked, but, oh, actually, there are no instructions here, and the silkscreen does not have values. Brilliant. And there are 2 different resistor types. So we may have to try and figure that out for ourselves. What could it be? I'm going to guess there's a different resistor for the speaker and all of the other resistors are the same. That is my guess. So the speaker's just down here. Let's come out a little bit and we'll get started. Let me get set up. So the first decoration that's going on the tree this year is this. I'll give you a close-up look. This was a terrible Christmas decoration. My first crap Christmas decoration that I made, oh, I don't know, 2015 or something. And if I turn it on, it's just a 555 with these LEDs running in parallel. So we've got just 2 sets that are on at a time. You see it blinking back and forth. And it goes inside one of these, or it should go inside, one of these sort of plastic balls that looks a bit like a ball. If I can jam it in. It runs off a really rubbish lithium battery I picked up for, oh, come on now, are you in? It's in enough. So that's it. It's meant to actually sit a little bit nicer than that, but still, it is done. So if we just put a little bit of wire on here and twist it at the top, we can put it on the tree. There we go. Let's get that on there. And you can go over there. You can't see that at all, can you? There we go. It's probably good enough. So that's the first one. Right, so I think I've changed my mind about what this larger resistor will be. Let's, what it will be for exactly. Let's bring in a meter. I've got this lovely Vici meter here. So let's measure this one. It looks like a 10K to me, but it could be, it totally easily could be something else. No, it's 10K. Let's see what the other ones are. I've got a suspicion that that is actually for the base of the transistor rather than for the speaker. Because that can be driven directly from a pin, can't it? So these are 473 ohms, so 470 ohm resistors. They don't look like the 470 ones I usually use. So let's get it together, shall we? So it looks like we've got, these are 3-pin, aren't they? So it looks like we've got the switches here and here, and transistors there, ICs there, which must mean our LEDs go down the bottom here. There's a pin indicator there. So it looks like that's probably for the longest leg of the LED. That's the only thing I can think it would be, because it doesn't match that way round. So the longest leg, perhaps, that's the ground pin. I thought these would be RGB LEDs that cycled through, perhaps from the controller, but it looks like there's only 1, 2, 3 legs connected on that side. And it's very difficult to see any tracks. Oh no, there are tracks going up. So maybe they are RGB ones, but with a little IC inside. But we'll find out, I guess. So let's get this soldering iron done. We've got, it's not a new sponge, but I've just turned my old sponge over. So it sort of feels like a new sponge, or brass wool thing, whatever. So let's get the resistors in. I think all of those ones there are going to be 470 ohms, and this one is going to be our 10K. There are no instructions with this kit, so it's all a bit of a guess. So I haven't made a Christmas decoration for a couple of years, a few years probably. That crap star was my whiskey-fueled attempt at getting back into it, because this year I didn't take advantage. Was it JLC PCB that had done free Christmas themed decorations? I think it was. I really should have taken advantage of that and done my own little Santa, but I didn't. Or a snowman, or a Grinch maybe. You can do a green PCB, can't you? So I could have done that. Let's flip those over. Let's get those soldered in straight away. I'm almost tempted to put them on the front, like a belt. Do you think that'd look nicer rather than on the back? I think it would, you know. I'm going to put them on the front, or I'm going to put one on the front so we can see what it looks like. Like the rings on his belt loop or something. Not the rings on his, just his belt loop. Yeah, do you know what? I like that better. We're going for that. I know the solder mask said on the back, but it's fine. Oh, I can't get it in now. It is early afternoon on Christmas Eve, so I haven't yet had a drink, but when I get the tree properly up, this is being recorded before the tree goes up, I think I probably will have a little something. Is that everything done? It is. Let's get those leads snipped off. I haven't bought myself a Christmas present yet this year, but I have got something very cool coming to do with some battery chargers. Banggood have taken it upon themselves to send me way more than I asked for. So they're sending me something for free, which is lovely, but it is more than I asked for. So on the back now, we probably want to do the switches, the transistor, and then we'll leave it at that actually and see where we are. So there is a marker on the switch panel, but switches are reversible, so let's pop those in. And I'll just bend a leg on each one of those just so it stays in. And let's get them soldered. Oh, I'm excited about this. So it looks like it probably does some sounds. I'm not quite sure what sounds. I mean, we can pretty much guarantee they're going to be terrible because these kind of things always are. I mean, it's no crack cricket, is it? So let's see how wonky those are. That one's a little bit wonky, so let's sort that out. There we go, that's okay. And the other one looks fine to me, so let's get those other bits soldered on. I don't know if I've got two CR2032s lying around, but we'll find them if we've got them. Oh, that's the... Do you know what I need to do? I need to get a magnet and 3D print a little pot that the magnet sits in, and then put a lid over that pot, a little domed lid, and then you just take the dome lid off and all the bits come with it, leaving the magnet behind, because this one now has got all bits stuck to it, so I need to put a little sheath over the top of it. I mean, I'd say that looks good, but it really doesn't. They don't look brilliant, but we've done it now anyway. So let's get the transistor in. Oh, and we forgot the other resistor. Darn. That was clever. So this is our 10K resistor, which we will put on the back side. And we'll get our transistor in too. Spread the legs out a little bit just to keep it in place. And then we'll solder that very quickly. There we go. Done. Everything looks like it's sort of sitting in the right position, doesn't it? I'm getting a little tipsy now. Onto the second decoration. And that is this one here. This is decoration I made. Let's get a bit closer. This is a decoration I made, I don't know, maybe like 2-3 years ago. And all we've got is an ATtiny85 on the back. You can see it just there. There's a thing wrapped in some black electrical tape. Now that is one of those little boost modules to 5 volts. So if I throw a battery in, ta-da! God, that's bright, isn't it? So I can't even tell if it's in focus or not. Oh, well, that is it. So we've got one RGB cycling LED here, and the other ones are PWM controlled LEDs. So they are fading in and out and flashing a little bit. So let's get that one on the tree. So that one can pop just there, I think. It's going to fall off. There we go, that'll do. There we go, nothing's bridged. That is good news. Now, do we get the LEDs on first? Yeah, let's do the LEDs. Do we want them coming out the top or out the bottom? So we've got sort of a choice here. We can have them like that, and bent out, or we can have them underneath and bending out from the bottom. I think underneath and bending out from the bottom will look better, so let's do that. So we need to get that keyed in. Not the easiest. There we go, there's one. So we'll just push that in and bend it out like that, I guess. That looks okay. I'm not quite sure, is he on a surfboard or something? Not quite sure what the deal is there, but we'll work with it. And then just keying in the other one. Hopefully I'm still in shot. I can't see the camera. There we go. No, that's too far. And that's not quite far enough, but we're going to work with what we've got. So let's get those soldered. There we go. That looks good to me. Oh no, it doesn't. The pads on there are super small, so it could be soldered, it might not be. I need to clean this iron. We'll solder it on the back side too. Just to be sure. Some of these have soldered on the back side already, so I'll just give them a little dab. And then I think these ones here could do with a wee touch. There we go. Now let's get those chopped off. That didn't work very well. They went everywhere, but whatever. Okay, so next up, let's plonk that IC in. It's going to have to go on the back side like this, because otherwise it would look like Santa had a bit of a package going on. Oh, it's his belt buckle. Oh, maybe it's better if it does go there. I think it is. I think I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. I don't know if I can. No, I can't. I can't flip it round. That is a shame. The legs would have to bend up, wouldn't they, to put it on the other side. I'm not going to do that, but that's a missed opportunity. Never mind, let's get that soldered in and then we'll do the other bits. There we are. Now let's get the speaker in, which has a plus and a minus, so that way round. If it was on the other side, it would look like he's kicking a football or something. So we'll get one of those pins on. And just check to see it's aligned. It looks fine to me. There we go. Just snip those off. And then the last thing is the battery holder, which way do you go? I'm going to guess this way. So we've got like a little stop here that stops you pushing the batteries in too far. So I think it must go like that. So you push the batteries in that way. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And let's solder one side on first, and then we'll do the other side. Give it a second to heat up. Yeah, that all seems like it's in line, so we can just go ahead and do the other side. Again, give it a second to heat up because it's a big old bit of metal. There we go. Done. Oh, he looks cute, doesn't he? I like him. Now what to go and find some cells, right? Right, well I found some cells, so we'll put some of these in. Let's see. So I'm assuming the bottom is ground. Oh, I don't need to assume anything actually. I can see the trace running from here down to the bottom. Right. So it's a bit dim. Oh. Okay. Hang on a minute. Oh, Christmas tree, something, 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 something. I like it. So we've got a button, which not button, a switch that, oh, that turns it on and off. And this one turns the speaker off. So we've got some Christmas tunes. And these are just, are these color cycling LEDs? I think they are, because they're slightly out of pace with each other. Let's just restart it and see if they start. It's interesting, isn't it? I do like it. Let's get it on the tree, shall we? Merry Christmas, by the way, everyone. I hope you're having a lovely one and a good New Year as well. The lighting's pretty terrible in here, sorry. It's because I don't film in here ever, so apologies. You also might hear some car noises. It's because this is my living room and there's a road right outside. Anyway, next up we have the Santa, so let's get him turned on. Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry... God, I can't sing. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Anyway, let's get him on the tree, shall we? So let's see if we can focus back on the tree. Ish. So that one can go just here, can't it? Oh. There we go. Well, here's to you and yours. So before I go, and the fire's dying down now because I didn't put a lot of fuel on there, I just wanted to say I hope you all have a great time. I wanted to just say thank you very much to everyone who's watched, supported my videos, you know, commented. That's the bit that means the most to me, really, when you guys comment. I couldn't care less about the subscriber number, although it is above 20,000 at the moment, just point that out, you know. But it's been a blast, hasn't it? It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of crap stuff. And I hope there's going to be a lot more crap stuff in 2019. There certainly will. I can pretty much guarantee it. And also, I promise to try and get some kits out. I know that it's pretty... It's like an empty promise, isn't it? Because I always say this. I've been saying it for months about that bloody badge. Anyway. Thank you very much to some of my favourite YouTubers for producing content. So that could be like Bigclive, that's Julian Illet, that's FranLab, that's the Unexpectedmaker, that's BrianLough. We've got, well, there's so many of you. Luni's brilliant. God, it's hard to think of people. BeckyStern's great. BlitzCityDiy, now she's one to watch out for. So keep an eye on her channel. I'll put some links in the description to the people I've been watching. Who else? I really should have written a script or something. I'm sorry if I've missed DaveDarko. I'm sorry if I've missed anybody out. But it's been really nice. I mean, I've worked with some of you, so that's been really cool. And I hope to work with more of you in the future. Anyway, this is rambling on, isn't it? All right, have a great time, and I'll speak to you next time. Oh my God, I forgot the blooming star, and it's almost dark now, so there's no light in here. So we're gonna have to just do it anyway. Oh God. Let's bend this down. We don't need the whole thing. There we go. And then, oh dear, oh dear. Hang on a minute, that holds up pretty well. There we go. Oh, sugars. There we go. Does that look all right? Do you know what? That doesn't look half bad, does it? Oh, geez. Oh, well. Merry frickin' Christmas.